I have seen so many people ask, well, where the hell is the Battle's End? Or why the hell did I donate to the Battle's End? Or why are we losing these guys? I said this last night too. Harlan brought it up to me. But there were people on Twitter saying, why did I even sign up for the Battle's End if they're not going to hold on to KJ Bolden? To which my response is, did you think that your 1993 that you've paid for 1 month was going to lock in a top 10 athlete in the country? If that's what your thought was, then your expectations may have been off just a little bit. The Battle's End got a massive influx of donors, monthly subscribers to donate to what they're going to do. However, it has been 1 month. Let's say the average donation is, it's not. Think about what level you signed up for if you did. It's not this, but let's say the average donation is $50. Okay? It's not. Most of you I know the numbers. Most of you signed up at the $20 level, $19.93 a month, the foot soldier level, which there's nothing wrong with. I'm not trying to get on people for doing that. But most of you signed up at that level. And that's great. I appreciate you for doing that. But it has been 1 month. And they've grown by about 3,000 members. So if we said everybody donated $50, which we didn't, it's less than that, and you times that by 3,000 members, that is $150,000. Obviously, there are fees. Credit card companies take some, but let's just round up. Let's keep it high at $150,000. That's the increase that we've seen, and that's how much the people that are wondering where's the Battle's End, the Battle's End is literally waiting for more money. You guys signed up on a monthly pledge. I think it's commendable. I personally give to the Battle's End, and I gave another one-time donation because I was so sick of how this all went down today. Not saying that you have to do that, but if you want to prove me wrong, go do it. But where is the Battle's End in all of this? It has been weeks since they got this influx. Did you think that the 3,000 members all donated like 20 grand each to where we were just flushed with so much cash that we'd never be able to lose another battle if we wanted to? The idea that the Battle's End somehow failed here because they just got all of their subscribers over the last couple of weeks is asinine. You understand, if everybody donated $100 a month, it has only been 1 month. That would be $300,000. And again, think about what you've donated. Did you donate 100? Did everyone that you told donate 100? And even if you did, which again, I know the numbers, they're much less than that. They're probably somewhere between 20 and 50, just to be real with you. Maybe 30, 40 is a good target for it. Is that enough? Honestly, that's why when they started taking donations around the springtime, we started begging people to sign up, to contribute, to be a member. They did a spring game tailgate where a meet and greet with every player on the team, Jared Verse, Jordan Travis, all of them, signing free. All you had to do was show up, and we begged people to sign up. And if we had that $150,000 for the last 8 months, what kind of difference could that have made? Probably a pretty big one. But the idea of where is the Battle's End, because they just got a bunch of new $20 members over the last 3 weeks, guys, that's crazy. And I get it. I've got a lot of thoughts on NIL, and I think the Battle's End does a phenomenal job, but to blame them for this, they weren't doing every single thing that they could to get this done, is silly. And the idea of I'm going to cancel my Battle's End membership because this happened is ludicrous. We just got an influx of 3,000 members. And guess what? In a year's time, 3,000 members, 12 months of that, all of that money rolling, that's a really good pot of money. But 3,000 members that we've had for 3 weeks, it's a subscription. You pay it monthly. That's how a pot gets built. The idea that 3,000 people joined and we would just never lose a recruiting battle again, ever, because you gave 1993 one time? What are we doing? It's like missing a cable payment and Spectrum going out and saying like, hey, my cable's out right now. I'm never paying it again. And that'll fix the problem. Dude, I hate Spectrum, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys work there or not. But the idea that we should stop supporting NIL. You know, Florida State, it's so weird to me. When times are tough, it's honestly when you should give more. When times are easy, that's when you should take your foot off the gas. But when times are tough, that's when you should support more. When Florida State, this is not a brag on me, but when Florida State was winning 3 and 4 games, that's when we were encouraging people to sign up for the boosters. That's when we asked people, go sign up for the boosters. Because we knew that the only way that they were going to get better was when people signed up and supported, when people gave money to Florida State. Should you as a fan have to support? No, you shouldn't have to support NIL, and you're not required to. Should these TV companies and conferences and colleges and the NCAA, should they be sharing in the revenue with these players? Absolutely. Should the players be making the money from ESPN and the hundreds of millions of dollars that athletic departments make? Absolutely. But the NCAA is greedy, and they won't do that, and so NIL is what we're left with. Chip Kelly had a great rant on it this week. But the idea of, hey, I'm blaming the Battle's End for not getting these guys. Do you think the Battle's End wasn't trying? Let me just tell you, they were. You think the Battle's End was just sitting on stacks of your $20 bills? Or stacks of your 1993? You think they were just sitting on that, chilling out today? They weren't, I promise. And so the idea of, oh man, I signed up for $20 last month and they did not get me 3 5-stars, I'm out of here, is ludicrous to me. I would challenge you guys to support, and I know this is tough, but I don't care. I'd rather give you the truth and you hate me than lie to you and you like me. I just at the end of the day. I did a $100 donation to the Battle's End today. I'm not wealthy. I don't make a lot of money. I do this and get paid pennies by YouTube every month. But I was pissed off enough and didn't tell my wife and put $100 to the Battle's End today. Instead of canceling your membership, why don't you up it? Why don't you give a one-time? Why don't you be part of the solution? Because we're going to get there. I promise you. I'm frustrated. I hate the way this went down with the big stars. I think linebacker recruiting, D-line recruiting has to be better. I hate the way that things went down with the big recruitments, which were all for heavily NIL focused, and we struck out on all 4 of them. But it wasn't for a lack of effort. It wasn't because they're mismanaging your funds. It wasn't because Ingram's sitting on a beach somewhere with your $20 bill ordering mojitos. Those guys are working their absolute tails off trying to get us to the place where we want to get. Nobody had a big problem with the Battle's End when they got Jordan Travis to come back, when they got Jared Verse to come back, when they got Keon Coleman in the portal, when they've picked up star after star after star. But you have a bad signing day now that they're visible, and nobody wants to blame the staff. Nobody wants to blame the relationships. KJ Bolden said that he knew for 3 weeks that he wasn't going to Florida State. Now, either the kid's a liar or our staff needs to read the room better. But if KJ says he knows for 3 weeks that he wasn't going to Florida State, you're blaming that on the Battle's End? I don't know, man. Jeremiah Smith seems like he still hasn't figured out what he's doing yet. I'm hoping that I don't get off here and see that he's gone down to South Florida. Harlan, any news on that? Or am I just going to... I don't want to joke about that on here. But any news on that? Nothing yet? I hope not. But blaming the Battle's End, I don't know. Just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know. Maybe some of you did blame the Battle's End, and hopefully my rant, my 10-minute rant on them, sticks a little bit. Hopefully it makes sense. You can be frustrated with the battle's end. Listen, when you have a financial investment in something and it does poorly or produces poor results, you are supposed to be frustrated. Otherwise, what are you doing? But blaming them, I don't know, a little strong for me. A little strong. You might disagree. I think you're wrong if you disagree. But 3,000 people signing up at $20 a month was not going to change the fortune of any of these recruitments. I'll just tell you that, right? 60 grand wasn't going to do it. If 3,000 people signed up at $150 a month, then you're looking at $400,000, right? Like it just wasn't going to be what it is. So you can agree or not agree on that. I don't really care a ton, but I think blaming the battle's end is just kind of crazy, right? Staff has proven over and over and over that they cannot close on top recruits on signing day, and all of a sudden this year it's the battle's end's fault. It's battle's end's fault against with Travis Hunter. Battle's end's fault with Marvin Jones Jr. the first time. Battle's end's fault with Wesley Basainth, Ruben Bain, Keldrick Falk. It's convenient to blame them this time. I get it. It is very, very convenient, especially when they were just very public about the numbers and the growth. And the automatic assumption is they just got 3,000 new members. We will never lose a recruiting battle again. We are in God's hands. Takes time. All right. So if you cancel today, get back in there and sign back up. All right. That's my challenge to you.